What's going on, guys? It's Thomas at Forge Sports Media. Let's break down the last few holes of the OTB Open. It's Gavin Rathbun versus Calvin Heimburg really going into this last stretch. Let's look at the footage right here. So as we can see right here, Calvin Heimburg has a one-stroke lead on Gavin Rathbun going into hole 16. Calvin's drive absolutely laces the gap, lands perfectly out here in the fairway. We're going to roll over to Gavin Rathbun's drive right here. They've got a close-up on him. He's going to run up, and it goes directly into the Mando tree on the right-hand side. He walks up about 50 feet, and that might be a little bit generous. You can see just the worry in his eyes because he knows he's already trailing with very little time left. Rushes a little bit on his forehand, and it leaks off to the right-hand side. Gavin will roll up, throw his third shot over the water over here, trying to get as close as he can. He throws it a little low and right, so he's a little out of position to try to save par. Calvin's going to throw a pretty high hyzer off to the right-hand side. He's going to attempt to get right inside circle one. It'd be nice to be able to snag 2 strokes given where Gavin's ended up right here. So he lands in a good position. Gavin does a bit of a jump putt out here just to get as close as he can. You'll see him right there at the bullseye. Calvin throws a putt, and unlike him throughout the tournament, he misses it. Going into hole 17, Calvin hits a pretty long, risky putt there to secure birdie. Gavin goes and hits the birdie putt as well, so it's going to be a 2-stroke differential going into the 18th hole. You see Calvin and Zach Melton walking side by side. Calvin rolls here on 18, and all he really needs to do is just lace this gap right here, try to keep it very simple because he knows he has 2 strokes to work with. Gavin goes up on his 18th drive, leaves it a bit high. We'll see it hit the branches here, and that is really the end of Gavin's tournament. So we're going to see Calvin roll up here, put his last disc in the basket, and boom, he wins the OTB Open. You see him raise the trophy right there. Just an absolute awesome moment for Calvin Heimburg. Just, you couldn't ask more out of Calvin in this moment. He went from being somebody who people said really couldn't win, won a couple events early in 2023, and then never really put it back together. And so there was question going into, is Calvin Heimburg a truly elite player? So we'll look at this clip right here of Gavin putting in right before Calvin at this year's Dynamic Discs Open. Calvin tapping in for the win there. This shows Calvin's first back-to-back victory on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Just an absolutely electric moment, just amplified by his opportunity to win at the OTB Open. So, like I said, it's Calvin's first back-to-back. We're curious if this is going to unleash a beast that we haven't seen before. There have been questions on whether Calvin can really push to that next level and really start to win big events. The one thing that he has left waiting for is for him to win his first major. I think that he's got everything going for him to potentially pull one out. I'm curious what you guys think on if Calvin can actually do it. But there's one other storyline right here we need to talk about, and it's the fact that Gavin Rathbun in back-to-back U.S. events goes and secures the top 3. He was 3rd place at the Dynamic Discs Open, 2nd place at the OTB Open. It leaves the question here in a couple weeks if Gavin Rathbun can take down the first and take the true 3-2-1 all the way down to his first Disc Golf Pro Tour win. Let me know what you think. Are you enjoying watching Gavin this season? I know we are. Every time we see him, we just are rooting for him so much. It would be fun to see him take it down. He's an exciting player to watch. But we want to know your thoughts. Do you think that Gavin can win his first one? Do we think Calvin is poised to win a major? Let us know what you think. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you like the content. We'll catch you in the next one.